I applied to 35 universities last year using the Common App and Collation app and got accepted into 15 of them. And before you panic, no, I didn't pay almost 10,000 rupees for each application, which would cost me around 3 or 3.5 lakh rupees just as application fees, because I got the Common App fee waiver. And that's exactly what this video is about. A complete guide on filling out your application form using the Common App if you want to study in the United States. The first step is pretty simple. Go on Google and search Common App. Click on the first link. And if you're coming here for the first time, you'll have to create an account first. So click there. Then go on first year student. If you're applying for undergraduate, which I guess most of you are, then you need to fill out the small form which just needs your email ID, your password, new password, your phone number, address, etc., etc., and then click on create an account. As I already created a new account for this video, I'll just go back and click on sign in, first year student, and sign in. This is your welcome page, your dashboard basically. So the first thing you'd want to do when you log into your Common App is add universities which you want to apply for. So for that you need to go on the fourth tab, call it search, and just type in the name of university you want to apply. For reference, we'll go with Stanford University. See, right there, you click on add, and now this university will show up in your dashboard. Pretty simple, right? Go on show more details. Here is all the requirements that is required by specific universities, and this will be different for each university you apply. For example, Stanford needs to have a Common App form which is common for almost all applications, which we'll get to. Then it has some extra questions which is specific to Stanford, and then recommenders page which is also required for all of them. Then Common App personal essay is also required for almost all of them. And then there are 8 extra college essays which are specific extra essays that are required by Stanford, and that will be different for each university you add on. So you just have to go through all the requirements here. So then we'll go on my colleges. You already have added Stanford. Before moving through colleges, I think we should fill up our profile page first, which is just your formal information like name, suffix, if any, not required, no, date of birth, then continue, then address, continue, which you already added, contact information again, mobile, continue. Pretty simple stuff which you'll go through in like half an hour. Sometimes the website is laggy. Demographic, male, don't need to say that, none. Hispanic or Latino, no. Asian, India, and continue. How many languages you're proficient in? 2, as all Indians. You should add English as your first preference because obviously you're going to US where English should be the more focused one, and Hindi as your second language, even though you might be speaking Hindi more at home. Speak, read, write, spoken at home. Continue. Then geographic and nationality, again pretty simple stuff. India, city of birth, number of years you have lived in United States, 0. Non-US country, again India. Yup. No. Again, if actually you could just to know for now, because most of you, while applying to US, you won't have a US visa. Do you intend to apply for a new or different US visa? Yes. Actually, no, not right now. Continue. Common App fee waiver. Okay, so if your family average income is below 45 lakhs and you can get someone to confirm that on behalf of you, someone like your college counselor or your state governor or someone, then you can avail Common App fee waiver, where you just have to say yes here and write your name here. And no. By clicking yes over here, they'll send a confirmation email to your school, to your family members, to all the information that you fill in here, and all of them have to verify the information, and that's how you avail the Common App fee waiver. I'll explain this more in detail if you want, how to specifically get Common App fee waiver, but for right now it's pretty simple. You just have to do yes here. Now continue. Okay, family, parents, siblings, blah blah blah, all this is pretty standard stuff. You'll just have to go through this and fill out, even though it's pretty boring. And let's come on education. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Okay, you'll have to write the date of entry in which you got school, but we are from India, so most of us shift school. So here you'll have to give the latest school date of entry, like the one you're doing 12th with, the month and the date which you got into that school. फिर उसके बाद boarding or not boarding, will you graduate from the school? Yes, I went to a boarding school, and then fill out the dates. No change in progression, COVID is already passed away. And most of Indians would have to fill out this other secondary / high school, because we kind of go to more than one high school. Like I went to do, and then fill out the details at why do you have to leave the school, which is probably because in starting we live with family, and then we get better opportunity to go to a better city and study in a better school, and that's how it works out. That's how it was for me. So continue. Okay, so this is very important. College and universities, which you guys might not be focusing on right now, but if you're in 11th or 12th right now, I'll suggest you to take any college coursework in any university, as this gives you a lot of weightage. Like I did a summer school from Stanford before applying to these university. So I'll click on one and then find Stanford and etc. Fill up the form, fill out the details. Then grades. Okay, grades, this is kind of jarring because हमारे Indian school की grading system is not exactly done in this way, but I'll take you through it. Graduating class size is the total number of students that are there in the whole batch, not just in your section, like combining A, B, C or D depending on how many people gave board examination from your school that year. And then class rank will be exact, because in our case we do get the exact number of ranking for the whole batch. So go on exact and then give your class rank. Now rank is unweighted, because no matter which subject you give, science or arts or commerce, the ranking is combined overall for the whole batch. So that means unweighted. Weighted basically means when you also take in consideration the difficulty of the subject that one student takes. Like science is considered to be more difficult than arts, then science, a student scoring 90% in science will have more value than a student who scores 92% in arts. But again, in India we don't do that, so unweighted rank. Then GPA scaling, select 100 because our board examination gives total result out of 100, and just type in your 12th board exam percentage, which is again unweighted, because no matter if you are a science student or commerce or arts student, you are ranked collectively as a whole batch, not separately on basis of your course. And continue. current or most recent course here. So most of you will apply for this universities by December, and that time you'll be finishing up with your pre-board examination and you'll be done with your half-yearly exam. So most of you will have to fill out the semester examination, half-yearly exam, because our board examination takes place in March and all the application have to go through by 1st January, I guess, or 31st December. Continue. Honors. This is where you have to mention the awards that you get in your school starting from 9th standard, not before 9th. So if you're in 9th and you are getting awards right now, that's pretty good, pretty cool. And if you're in 11th, 12th, I'll suggest you to start working on getting some awards and participating in functions, which you can mention here. So you have the option to add up to 5 honors, and honestly, if you are serious about applying to United States and getting into good universities, I say you have at least 5 good awards or good awards or achievements that you can place here. Like for example, I got awards from the President of India in 11th standard. I won a TV show, etc, etc. So here you have to fill out which grade you got the award, which level you got the award, and add 5 of them, hopefully. Community-based organization. If you're watching this video and you're filling out your common application using this, I feel you're not taking any outside help for your common application, so that would be 0, and that was 0 in my case as well. But if you're using a college counselor or a company that groups counseling together, then you can fill out exactly how many numbers of people or how many people are helping you out externally and you're paying for filling out this application. Applying as first year student planning to start college in 2023 or 2024. Highest degree would be, I'll suggest you go till masters, because they want to see people who are more academically inclined to do more study. So you can, they'll take in student who plans to stay there for a longer time, and then select your degree. I'll just go with architect right now, and that's done. Next page is texting, which is where you tell your SAT, SAT, ACT and your English examination scores, which is again depends on which university you're applying, if it's required or not required. Most of them by 2023 have gone optional, but again it's recommended that if you can take an SAT paper or an ACT paper, you should, and English paper is compulsory by almost all the universities. You just click on yes and then fill off your answers. The next tab is the activities tab. So this is technically the most important section of the whole application. Common App gives you 10 slots to fill in 10 activities that you think were important or meaningful to you in any way, and these 10 activities will basically define how you spent your college, how you spent your school life. Okay, so and then you can fill out up to 10 activities, and each activities you have to select a type. Like for example, if you done an internship somewhere in 11th or 12th, then you'll just say intern, organization name, SkyTech, activity, marketing, 11th, during school year, or did you do it while summer vacation, or did you do it all year, and how many hours did you spend. Okay, now this is very important. We don't actually calculate how many hours we are spending exactly over the year, at least I did, but you have to be very careful here, as there are 10 activities and you only got 24 hours in a day, and there are only 365 days in a year. So when depending on which grade you're filling out, like if you're selecting, like in 11th grade you did all year 2 activities and you're giving 5 hours to each per week, that's already like 10 hours per week going to just 2 activities. So basically what I mean to say is कि तुम्हारा total working hours should not exceed the 24 hours का limit that we all have in a day. So keep that in mind while filling out how many hours do you spend per week. And I intend to participate in a similar activity in college. Okay. So right now I'm not exactly telling you what you should be filling in exactly, like what should be the priority you should give to the first activity and in which order you should fill in, and what are the activities that universities take up once more and what are the activities which they do not value more. So right now I'm just telling you how to go through the common application, and if you want a more detailed video on each section and what you should write and fill out in each section according to the university need, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe I'll share my own application which I submitted last year, and we can do another video there. So this way you'll have to fill out 10 activities. Again, it's not important to fill out all 10 slots here like in the case of honors. Even in the case of honors, if you only have like 3 good awards on a national level and then other 2 are only on school level or district level, so it's not compulsory to fill out all 5 slots. And if you don't have an impressive enough activity or award, you don't need to, but it's suggested because it's getting more and more competitive each year. It's suggested that you fill out all of them, but again, don't just fake things or write things just to fill out all the slots. Okay, next is personal essay, right? So this personal essay is the standard Common App essay which is required by all the universities, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options to choose from, and then write an essay in 650 words. I know 650 word is a little too short, but that's what we have to go with. If you're using the Collation app, you get up to 750 words. So yeah, and let me know if you want a similar video on how to go through the Collation app if you are using that to apply. So select the prompt that most fits you and then write an essay. Again, the essay is the most important part of your application, and the first thing that impacts the colleges and universities is the essay, and this is probably 50% of what will get you in or declined. So this is the most important thing. And select your prompt, fill out your essay and continue. Again, I'm not guiding you here on how to write your personal essay right now, and I'm planning to make videos on each and every section of common application if you guys are interested and you're applying from India. So let me know if I should do that. But right now we're just going through the application. Okay, COVID-19, it's already been passed, so most of you, if you had any COVID-19 serious thing, you can click here and write down what happened to you or how it impacted you. But I guess by now most of us would not have much to tell here. Here also, if you have some special circumstances, like for example, I was from a village and how I came out of village and managed my way to upscale to a school and then applying, got all the awards, blah blah blah, etc etc. I thought that my essay was not enough to tell that story, so I did clicked on yes and explained that here. But if you don't have any extra thing that you need to tell, or you feel like कि कुछ बच गया है which you are not able to speak about yourself in your essay or activities awards, then this is the section where you can give the extra bit of information. But again, it's not compulsory and you should not just fill it for the sake of filling it. If you genuinely have something, then you can. Otherwise, just click on no and then continue. Okay, course and grade. For that, you need to fill out your education section first. Again, course and grade, you'll need to fill out your basically scorecard from 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th standard. 12th standard के half yearlies तक, क्योंकि again boards हमने दिए नहीं होंगे उस समय तक. So basically वहाँ पे you'll have to fill in each subject का name and how much was the total marks and how much did you get. And that's basically it. That's how you go through your common application. You've already been to the my college page. Okay, this is the second page, my college page. Okay, where you can see the application fees is $90, which would be 7,443 rupees. But again, if you're applying through the Common App fee waiver, you can get it for free, 0 rupees. If you're applying early action, the deadline is 1st November, and for regular decision, it's 5th January. Yeah, see, US made the month is first, and then its date, and then the year. In India, we use DD, MM, and YYY, so that's different. I got confused. Recommendation, school report, council recommendation, media report, final report, teacher evaluation, and other evaluation. All these recommendations need to be sent by your school, not you. So your school counselor will need to fill out these. And again, if you want more information, like I cannot tell you everything in detail in one video. So I'm just making a preview right now. And then according to the response I get on this video and the topics which are more important and which are more interested to you, I'll make more videos, more detailed videos on specific topics on common application and collation application and overall applying to universities in the United States later on. So all this is need to be filled by your school, not you. And if you're from a good school, they would already have a system in place which will take care of all this. But if you're not, you'll have to do extra mehnat and go to all the teachers and your school counselor and tell them that you're actually planning to apply to United States and they'll need this from you, etc. Common application, which is already there. The only extra section here is the question section. Okay, so entry term, fall again, decision plan, if you're restrictive early action or regular decision. Okay, so basically restrictive early action means that you can only apply to one university like before 1st November. 1 नवंबर से पहले सिर्फ एक यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई कर पाओगे and you'll get their result by 1st January, before 31st December. And if you apply for regular decision, then you'll have 5th January as your deadline to fill your application form, and you'll get your result in March, probably end of the March. But restrictive early action is only limited to one university, whereas regular decision is open to as many universities as you want. So yeah, generally it's advised that you apply to one university as restrictive early and get the decision as quick as possible. And the acceptance rate is also higher in a restrictive early action because the number of applicants are less and they are more focused and straightforward to one university rather than applying to 20 universities at a time. So if you seriously want to go to a specific university, then you should fill out your form by 1st November and select restrictive early action and move on. No, not US military. Nope. No. Yes. So Stanford and other Ivy Leagues and many universities have what is known as need-based financial aid, which means basically तुम्हारी family जितना कमाती है, according to that your fees will be decided. Like if my family earns only 5 lakh rupees, then my tuition fees will be 50,000. And if your family only earns like 50,000 rupees, then your whole year tuition fee will be like 500 or 1,000. Again, if you want more detailed video on which universities are need-based financial aid and which are not, and which are the best to apply for Indians, then let me know. Yes, I'm interested in the interview. Interview is very important, and this interview is also only available in the top 15 to 20 universities of US. Rest don't need them, and you don't need to click yes either. No, yes, SAT score is important, blah blah blah. Then academics, when you need to fill out which degree you want to pursue here. Again, US में it's not compulsory that अगर मैंने यहाँ पे engineering ले लिया या BTech ले लिया, then I'll have to do BTech only. You can change at any point there. But for right now, just collect on. Okay, so again, academic interest also depends. Academic interest also decides whether you're going to get accepted or not, because these universities are very particular about picking up students from each field and each continent and each country to get a complete round up batch. So if you apply for something as common as chemical engineering is not common. Like let's say computer science, most Indians go for computer science. Now again, like if 100 people are applying to Stanford from India for computer science, 100 people are applying to Stanford overall from India, and 90 of them are selecting computer science, then obviously there is going to be a tougher competition for computer science students. And the 10 student who fills the rest of the applications, rest of the degrees, will have a greater chance on getting accepted. So you kind of have to decide through that which course you want to go through. And this also has to be aligned with your whole application, because apne application mein you will tell through your activities and your essay in which field you are interested in. So agar mere activities mein I'm doing internship about computer science and all my activities are related to computers and programming and coding, and here I am just coming and selecting Earth system, they will know that I'm faking here just to get that edge because of the numbers game. And when I get accepted once there, I'll change it to computer science. So just basically what I mean is, don't try to fool the system, because they've been doing this for a very long time and they are now kind of know exactly what students can do and not do to get their chances up. So try to be authentic, and if you have to, then yeah, like if you're interested overall in just science and your application is just in science stuff, then you can obviously click any of the science degrees like engineering, physics, but yeah, you have to be smart about it. Then contacts, nope, family, no yoga. No. Most of them will be no, and if like मेरे लिए तो no था. If there is a yes, then just click and they'll ask you for the contact information of that person. Short questions. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short questions which you have to answer in 50 words. Again, short questions are again different depending on university. Stanford में 5 है, बाकी यूनिवर्सिटी में 0 हो सकता है, किसी में 8 हो सकता है. So it depends on university to university, and you have to, and these are as important as the essay itself, as the main 650 word ka common app essay. So don't underestimate this, and you'll have to go through, you have to be very particular what you write here, and it has to be impressive enough and unique enough that they find your story appealing enough to, you know, give you a shot there. And they have pretty interesting prompts like, how did you spend the last 2 summers? What historical moment or event do you wish you could have witnessed? And I applied to Stanford, and if you would like to see my answers to these questions, then let me know. Then short essay, I guess 3, right? Yeah. There are 3 short essays which are even more important than the earlier ones. One is about a roommate, write a note to your future roommate, and another is about basically your intellectual capability, how much intellectually aware you are. The last one, this one, life experience, interest and character would you help to make distinct contribution as ye. Asani, this is why Stanford, this is common. So why this university is present in almost all the universities, and the first would be, yeah, this is your intellectual vitality essay, where you'll have to reflect and show how intellectually volatile you are. Then additional background, which is formality stuff. No. Yes, etc. The next is recommendators, and iske liye again you need to fill out your education. Once you basically fill out your school information, which school you are there from, here you'll get options to fill in your counselor ka detail, your school teacher ka detail, which is just their name and their email ID, and then your school teacher and your counselor, or your peers or your government employee or any official, there's option to add all of them here, and they'll get an email that, hey, this student from this place or this school is trying to apply to Stanford and will like to confirm a few things and ask for a few recommendations if you're willing to give them. And if your counselor or teacher, which they mostly do give out recommendation, why not? So, and then your teacher, your counselor, your peer, your parents, or any official will need to go on Common Application using their own ID and then fill out those forms where they'll evaluate you and judge you from a teacher's perspective, from a peer perspective, from a counselor perspective, and that's what recommendators are. This section is for. And then review and submit, where you see all the section that is going to go to Stanford specifically in that order. And then once you have finished all this, you'll see your submit button here, and voila, you're done. You're applied to Stanford University. So again, this was just an overview of the Common App, and जैसा कि आपने अभी देख लिया होगा कि there are a lot of things that you need to fill out in an application form to United States. So let me know if you want a more detailed video on how to fill each section of the Common Application, and what are the best ways and what are the mistakes that you should avoid while filling out the application. And I'll make specific videos for specific sections of the Common App. And let me know if you want a similar video on Coalition app if you're using that. Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you didn't. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. 38 minutes, are you freaking insane?